cat people, how are you today? I am Catlady Antigoni, and today we are replying to the question, if I only had to live with 10 palettes, which these palettes would be? Let's find out! Before I start, I would like to mention some things. First of all, the palettes that I'm gonna mention today are not gonna be in order. It's not like my least favorite to my most favorite. I love all of them equally. All of them are beautiful and they are unique in my eyes. Secondly, if you're interested about this look that you see on my face today, I have filmed a step-by-step tutorial, and it's the video where I'm talking about reaching 1000 subscribers! Yay! Anyway, now about my jewelry, I don't remember where I bought this one because it's a quite old choker. The earrings are a gift, so I don't know again. I'm sorry guys, I know I did not help you a lot, but I can tell you about the bracelets. These are handmade from my dear friend Sunny's, and I will try to include her channel down at my description box if you want to check her out and if you want to check out what she's doing. She's doing amazing stuff. And now, without any further ado, let's jump into video and palettes! I'm gonna start with actually a discontinued palette because I really want to make clear that with these videos I do not aim to make you feel that you need to purchase more. I just want to have some fun. I want to talk about palettes, and actually I would like to inspire you to see through your collection, to find out palettes that you love but you have forgotten for one reason or another, to be inspired from color schemes, and why not dupe the palette yourself. So anyway, let's talk about the palette a little bit. Obviously this is the collaboration between Angelica Nyqvist and Oulac. Look how beautiful is this palette. I love it. Oh, come on, focus camera. Come on, camera. I want to show the palette. Yay! So the palette, as you can see, is stunning. The color scheme is so beautiful. We have greens and pinks together. Yes, we have some neutrals, but I feel that they are neutrals with a twist, I would say. The palette works beautifully. The quality is amazing. I'm not sure about the duochrome shadows or the shimmery in general. Now I know for sure that Oulac have found the perfect formula for their shimmers not to crease, but I don't think that they have found it back then. I'm not sure though. Like, I'm using the shimmers more as toppers on other colors. For example, I'm starting a grungy look with this one, which is called Moss, and then I'm gonna say it with Greek accent, okay, it's a Greek word at the end of the day. This is called Ouroboros, and then I top it with fluorescence. So I think that with this technique I get zero creasing, and this is amazing. Now, this color scheme actually inspires me a lot because it's not something in my comfort zone, and when I see palettes having more weird color schemes, weird for me at least, I get so much inspiration because I get to force myself to think outside the box, and in my head this is what I love about makeup. I think that my number 2 will not surprise any of my older subscribers because I'm about to talk about Glamlight's Ice Cream Dream palette. I love this packaging. It's so beautiful, so unique, and so different than what I have in general. Look at the palette, look how beautiful it looks like in the packaging. Of course, we have the beautiful ice cream with the popsicles, and let's see the color story. This palette has a lot of pastels, and of course, if I only had to keep 10 palettes, of course I would like to make sure that I have my pastels. I love doing pastel eye looks. I mean, you can understand, right? And actually I used this palette for today's look because look at all of these amazing options that it offers. Wow! Also, it has pastel metallics. Wow, I love them. Glamlight's quality is top notch. I don't have any crease with their metallics. Their pastel mattes are blending like a dream. They are so beautiful, and Glamlight never disappoint with their formulas. Plus, I love this packaging. I consider it even as a decoration. Like, when this palette is gonna get expired, I'm not gonna throw it away. I will keep it and I will decorate my room. I'm still in the process of kinda like changing my room. This is not the final form that you see right now, but I really don't want to stop filming, so that's why I said okay to myself, you can film a little bit and you can fix the rest later. Anyway, back to the palette. I feel that this palette actually replaced the one that I had from Beauty Bay, the pastels actually, that was the name, and actually it's better and it offers the shimmers as well, and this is great to me. Maybe this is my favorite palette from my collection. I'm not sure though. I think that the third palette is gonna surprise a lot of you. Actually, I'm gonna tell you about the Serenity palette from Cosmic Brushes, and it's a bit weird even for me that I chose this palette, because although that the mattes are working like a dream, they are so perfect, the shimmers are a bit so-so. They're creasing quite a lot on my kinda oily, kinda hooded eyelids, so I do not blame them 100%, but I just know that out there we have already found formulas that are working on my eyelids, like Glamlights, like I was telling you before. So yeah, I say that I don't love this palette for the shimmers, but actually I love the palette for the color story. I mean, it offers such a beautiful and unique color story that personally it gets me so inspired to think not really out of my comfort zone, because I love all these colors, and since the palette is more to the cool tone side than to the warm tone side, I would definitely think about all this. But something in the way that they have put them together in the palette is so magical. I don't know, I have inspired a lot of looks just by looking at this palette, not necessarily by using the colors of this palette, but just by looking at it. Oh my god, I'm getting so much inspiration, and that's why I want to keep it. Not for the colors necessarily, but for the inspiration that it's giving me. Actually, I recently bought the other one from Cosmic Brushes, the Muse palette, so I think that I will review it soon here at my channel. If you're interested, just subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I think that you will enjoy this palette as well, because I think the color story is equally beautiful. And I think that at this point I would like to embrace my goth side and present something darker and spookier to you. Of course, I'm gonna tell you about the collab palette. This is the Spooked palette between Doodies by the Bunny and Gourmand Girls. Look at this palette. It's so beautiful, so perfect. And actually, I was thinking to keep this palette for one of those darker days that I have in my life. Like today, actually, I used the black and the white to make this kind of smoky top lid. If that makes sense to you, to me, today's look is so difficult to be described, because yes, it's obviously a cut crease, but with smoky elements, so I don't really know how to describe it. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let me explain you why I chose this palette. First of all, because I get so much Halloween vibes, and I love that. And secondly, and the most important thing that I can find in a palette, is that they have included a matte black and a matte white. And actually, the white is very pigmented and very high quality, something quite difficult, I would say. I have tried other whites and they are kinda so-so. They're not pigmented, and when you blend them with other colors or just blend them on top of the eyelid, they just get disappearing, and I don't like it. But actually, this one is beautiful. Let me tell you about the shimmers and the duochromes. They are magical. This is actually a triochrome. I don't know if you can see the shift right here. It is from pink to orange to green, and it complements every look. Really, it's so beautiful. And when I want to get some inspiration, I definitely go to this palette. I look at this color scheme and I'm getting inspired to do something more grungy and dark. Before I forget, bonus points for the matte black, because it's also a very high quality eyeshadow, and it's actually black, it's not grey, because a lot of the times I see a very nice black eyeshadow. I try to apply it for a very extra smoky look, and then it turns out grey. I didn't start, I didn't want the grey. Of course I want the black, and this palette actually offers it. Now that I'm thinking, actually, just for the reason that it contains a very nice white and very nice black, I would say that I could keep it just for this, regardless the rest of the color scheme. Moving on to palette number 5, I think that this is not a surprise for any one of you. Actually, I'm gonna tell you about the palette Look for Rainbows from Gloss Gods. Look at this amazing color scheme. Actually, this palette was my favorite product of 2022, and for a good reason, I would say. Here we can find 12 special eyeshadows. So stunning, so amazing. The palette contains a lot of duochromes, multichromes, or very high metallic eyeshadows, and the price is actually very good. I think I have paid around 34 euros for something like that. Very, very good price. Now, when it comes to the quality, it could have been a bit better because, again, they are creasing a lot on my eyelids, but I do not complain, really. Like, here I find all the special eyeshadows that I might need in my life, and when I look at it, it's an inspiration by itself. So of course I feel that if I have this palette and the Spooked from Gourmand Girls, I don't need any more special eyeshadows, because basically these two palettes are covering everything that I might want. And now let's talk about the Beauty Bay palette. I know, I had a bad experience with Beauty Bay, and I promised to myself that I will never mention them at my videos, but actually I have bought already a lot of their products, so I just cannot stop using them. They are good quality, so I don't really know what to do. Anyway, I would like to be 100% honest with you, so of course I would keep some palettes from Beauty Bay because, again, they have very, very good quality, and the color story, especially from these Techni days, I mean, look at the palette, first of all, nostalgia! Very, very beautiful, and the color story, oh my god, it's stunning! We get a neon green here. Wow! Also, we are getting some beautiful shimmers to pair it with these high quality mattes, and to me, this palette screams spring, and I get so much happiness just by looking at it. I don't know if the eyeshadows, except from this, which I know that's very unique, I don't know if all the rest are that unique, but to me, even the fact that I get so much inspiration from this palette actually makes it kinda a staple in my collection, a palette that I just need to look at it when I feel that I don't know what makeup look I want to do today. Just by looking at it, I get all the happy vibes that I need to understand what I would like to see on myself, how I would like to play with the colors, and all these beautiful things. So yes, I definitely think that this palette deserves a place in my collection, and the eyeshadows are really high quality. And since we are already talking about Beauty Bay and their palettes, I would like to mention a duo for my number 7. Is this cheating actually? Well, I don't know. I don't think it's cheating because I actually bought them together and you could not buy them separately. So it's not my mistake, it's not my fault here. I bought them together and I feel that I'm gonna use them together. I'm talking about their collaboration with Ayoko Hari, if I say his name correctly. We have two palettes here, the bright one, and here we have the dark one, like my two personalities. I could not relate more to a collaboration, let me tell you at this point. This is called the Douche Romance. Am I just killed two French words right now? Wait, because I'm gonna do it again with another two. This is the Ne Bleu Secret. I think that here was better, and this is the darker one. Together they are so beautiful, so inspiring. Of course, again, we have Beauty Bay's high quality, and we have some very interesting colors. I mean, this purple with this teal, wow, it gives me like poisonous plants vibe, and I love it. So weird, so beautiful. I feel that if these two were actually one palette, I'm trying to hold them together for you to see them like that somehow. I don't think that they would be as interesting because we have seen these colors there again and again, but now that you can find them kind of separately and you can work with them separately according to your mood, I think that this is perfect. And actually I feel that if I had this 10 palette collection, these colors would be very complementary to my existing collection because we have this amazing black with the glitters, and then we have this steel, wow, here, that I don't think that I have this intensity in any other palette. Very beautiful. I don't know why my camera cannot focus today. I'm really trying hard here. We will fix it. It's the new studio. Please bear with me. And also we have this amazing cool tone yellowish shimmer. This is so rare to find. Like, actually, I was looking at my other palettes where and if I have a dupe of this, and no, I have not any dupe in my collection. That's why I decided to keep this duo. Now, what can I say about this one? We have this frosted baby blue. It's called, oh my god, another French name. How can I tell you how it's called? Ferrique? I have no idea, absolutely no idea. I am subscribed to a yoga Ali, but I don't understand the word of what she's saying. I just admire her beautiful looks. And also we have this kind of grayish purple, again a very rare color. So to me, these two palettes are so beautiful, and yes, I think that they deserve a place in my 10 palette collection. At number 8, I have another palette from Glamlight, the Barbie collection. I know, this video is kinda something that you would expect to see from me, but this is who I am in the end. So let me open the box. Of course I'm keeping every box. I love to have my palettes in the box and get the new unboxing experience every time. Well, this is the palette. I love that they have included the classical Barbie and then two with darker skin tones. I love the inclusivity of this collection. Very, very well thought. Now, when it comes to the actual palette, look at this paradise. It's so beautiful. I mean, we have the perfect blend of shimmers and matte to celebrate summer, and I have everything that I would like to see color-wise. We don't have anything grungier, warmer, or anything like that. We don't have a lot of neutrals as well. Big plus here. We have pinks. Wow, I love pink. We have very beautiful blues, and then we have some pink color and bonus points for this amazing almost burgundy dark purple, which is called Got This. I have tried this palette. The quality is stunning, very good. The shimmers, they are blending like a dream and they are super intense. Of course, I would love to have something like that in my collection because I feel that it kind of fills my collection. It has everything I want. It's so beautiful and it brings me so many good memories and nostalgia. I mean, what else can I ask for? It completes my collection. Of course, a rainbow palette could not be missing from my collection, and since I have already the perfect palette for my pastel rainbow, now I need a palette for a neon rainbow. That's why I have searched from Blend Bunny, and look at this raw. It's so perfect. We have all these amazing neon colors, bam, in your face. They are so good, so beautiful. Oh my god, I'm getting so excited every time that I see it. Here we have some stunning metallics, more to the grungy side because I feel that I have Angelica's palette, Yella, and then I have a little bit some vibes from the Spooked palette, and then I don't have anything else to the grungy side. So I think that this palette with this raw actually completes and fills that spot. So perfect, so perfect. We have some pastels here, but they are not the traditional happy pastels. I would describe them as more twisted pastels. Like, you expect to see the happiness here, but they actually have a dark twist. They're a bit more different, a bit more deep, I would say. This palette is so clever. I love how she kind of created the rose with the different textures, or you can use them as columns, and this is so clever. Blend Bunny and their color stories are just amazing. She is doing an excellent work. I have 2 more palettes from her, the Lure and the Dollhouse, but this I think is my favorite. It's such a perfect palette. Quality wise, 10 out of 10. I have tried this palette a million times and I'm super impressed because usually when I see neons, I don't expect them to be as pigmented as they are here. So I don't know what else can I ask for. And now it's time for the Greek word of the day. When I was looking at this palette and I found out this, my favorite eyeshadow in the world. So today I decided to tell you the Greek word for chemistry, because chemistry is the name of the eyeshadow. And in Greek we say chimia. Say with me, chi-mi-a. Chimia. As always, I'm gonna ask you to try to write a comment down below using the word chimia, or actually tell me the word in your own native language. And the last palette that I would keep is this one, another collaboration. This time between Oud and Sai and Buddy Bean. The palette is called Planet Spirit, and let me show you the colors here. Let me show you here. Okay, I have the plastic again, which is quite an issue here, but don't worry, I just removed it so we can all admire these fantastic colors. Look at it, it's so beautiful, super beautiful. I decided to keep this palette actually because first of all it has this fantastic multi-chrome. This is a very sheer white to pink to green to yellow. It's so nice and it actually works perfectly as a topper eyeshadow, and I'm using it quite a lot. It brings all my looks to the next level, I would say. Then we have this very vibrant pink which is called Rescue. It's so beautiful and I don't think that I have anything similar, not only at the 9 other palettes that I have decided to keep, but in my entire collection. It's so vibrant, it's almost a neon without being a neon, if that makes any sense to you. It's just an amazing palette with so beautiful color scheme. I also love the idea of, for most of the colors, we have a matte and a corresponding shimmer, a matte and a corresponding shimmer. This is so clever and it's actually very helpful to create some unique looks, to combine things, to experiment a bit more, I would say. Great job again. I think that by the time that I'm filming this video, this palette is still available for purchase, but since it's a limited edition thing, I don't think that's gonna be out forever. So if you decide to buy it, it's a good time to do it right now. Otherwise, it's gonna be bye quite forever, I would say. Wait, don't click out, we haven't finished yet. I actually decided to include an 11th palette, and no, I'm not cheating. Before you write anything, don't write I see you, don't write. Wait, I have to explain here. Here we have the Not in the Mood palette from Unearthly Cosmetics, and I decided to include this palette in this video because this is not an eyeshadow palette. This is a cake liner palette. I'm bringing it a bit closer for you so you can see it. It's fantastic and it basically contains any cake liner that I will ever need in my makeup looks. That's why I decided to say that if I could keep an extra palette, which is not a palette, of eyeshadows, this would be it. It's so useful, it's so unique. I don't have anything similar in my collection. I don't have any other eyeliner palettes, so I decided that for some extra designs and for some more fun stuff, this deserves a place in this video, even though that it's a bit irrelevant, I would say, but no, I love it. It's the first attempt of Unearthly Cosmetics to create an eyeliner palette, and they did a great job. They killed it. Very amazing. This palette actually introduced me to the brand and I was so amazed by the high quality, so I decided why not, and then I bought an eyeshadow palette. This is a topic for another video. I haven't reviewed the other palette yet. I have no idea about the quality, but this one is just stunning. I love it. And that was it. This was our video for today. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate you a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Everywhere my username is Catlady Antigoni, and I will be very happy to see you there. Well, see you next time with a makeup tutorial, and until then, bye bye!